Hello students, today I'm going to discuss the remaining points related to the ratio. There is 2-3 points remained which I want to discuss with you. Okay, so that one is first point is comparison of ratio. Comparison of ratio. Comparison of ratios means that how you will compare the two ratio or more than two ratio. Very easy. There is a two way. First one is when the consequents are same, when the consequents are equal or same. Okay, then you will compare the antecedent and decide that which one is a greater. Okay, suppose 4:9 and 5:9. Here you see this consequents are equal. If you want, you can write in form of a fraction 4/9 and 5/9. See this one, both the denominators are equal. Then you will compare the numerator. So in this 4 and 5, which one is the greater? 5 is greater than 4. So 4/9 is less than 5/9, and in form of a ratio 4:9 is less than 5:9. Means 5:9 is greater than 4:9. Means they are in like fraction. Okay, so first one is when the consequents are equal. Second one is when the consequents are different. When the consequents are different, then what you will do that, students? In this case, your aim is first you change it into a like fraction. Okay, suppose 4:5 and 2:3. Okay, 4:5 and 2:3. Here is the consequent is a 5 and here is consequent is 3. First you write in form of a fraction 4/5 and 2/3. See this one, both have a different denominator. So your aim is to change it into a equal denominator, means change into a like fraction. So LCM of 3 and 5. What you will get this one? You will get this 15. So change this one into a, convert it into like fraction. So 4/5, by which quantity you will multiply? You will get this 15, students, by 3. So 3 you will multiply in this one. 4 3s are 12 and 5 3s are 15. Same as it is in this one, 2/3. By which quantity you will multiply? You will get 15. In 3 we multiply by 5. So 2 is also multiplied by 5. 2 5s are 10 and 3 5s are 15. So which one is the greater in this case? Students, see there. So 12/15 and 10/15. So 12 is greater than 10. It means that 12/15 is greater than 10/15, and its actual fraction is a 4/5 or 4:5 is greater than 2:3. Means that when the denominators are different or consequents are different in case of a ratio, then your aim is to change it into a same consequence by taking the LCM of the consequence or denominator and change it into a like fraction, and then after you will compare the numerator and decide that which one is smaller or which one is a greater, students. There is a two way to decide that which group is a smaller or which group is a greater. Okay, or which fraction is a greater than other. Okay, compound ratio, students. Compound ratio. Suppose when two or more than two ratios are given, suppose A is to B and C is to D, then the compound ratio of these ratios is suppose x ratio y, the product of antecedent A into C ratio product of consequent B into D. Okay, means that the antecedent of the compound ratio is a product of the antecedent of two or more than two ratio, and consequent of the compound ratio is a product of two or more than two consequents of the ratios. Okay, product of two or more than two consequents of the ratio. Suppose one more example, if I take this one, A is to B, B is to C, C is to D. Compound ratio means that suppose A is to B, I have taken a three ratios, A is to B, C is to D, E is to F, and M is to N is the compound ratio. Compound ratio of this one, antecedent is the product of antecedents A into C into E. Okay, and then B product ratio product of a consequence B into D into F. So basically compound ratio is its antecedent is a product of the antecedent of two or more than two ratios upon product of a two or more than two ratio product of a consequence two or more than two ratios B, D, F. Okay, so it is important. It is also called a mixed ratio. Okay, and then after I will show you one example related to the compound ratio, 4:5 and 3:7. Find the compound ratio. So the compound ratio is equal to compound ratio is equal to product of the antecedent 4 into 3 ratio product of the consequent 4 3s are 12 and 5 7s are 35. So this is the compound ratio of the given two ratios. Okay, so I think it is easy, students. Now next one is a dividing in a given ratio. Same as it is, you will also find and write in a comment box. Okay, find the compound ratio. Find the compound ratio. First one is a 3:2, 4:5, 6:7. First one is, and second one is a 7:9, 8:12. So students, you will write in the comment box the answer of these two questions. Find the compound ratio of 3:2, 4:5, 6:7, and 7:9, and 8:12. This is the first one, and this one is the second one. Okay. Now, third point, and it is very interesting. So your topic is dividing in a given ratio. So first one is dividing into two parts. Dividing into two parts. First one is dividing into two parts. In this one, suppose I have, if a number x is divided into two parts in the ratio a number x, suppose I have a number x divided into two parts as a ratio of A:B, first part, and this one is a second part as a ratio of A:B. I have a number x, I have a quantity x, I have a one quantity x which I am going to divide into two parts as a ratio A:B. So can you find the value of first part and the value of second part? So it is very easy. The value of first part first part. The value of first part is equal to total quantity x upon sum of the ratio a plus b, and if you are finding the value of first part, you will multiply the ratio of first part, x upon a plus b multiply by the quantity of the ratio of first part. The value of second part, the value of second part, total quantity means that x, sum of the ratios, and multiply. You are finding the second, you are going to find that the second part, you will multiply the ratio of a second part. Okay, that is b. So x upon a plus b multiply by the ratio of b, students. Very easy and very interesting. Here I have taken as x as a whole quantity, which I am going to divide into two parts as a ratio a is to b. Okay, then how you will find the value of first part and second part? So the value of first part is x upon sum of the ratios multiply by the ratio of a first part, and the value of the second part is total value x upon sum of the ratio multiply by the ratio of a second part, students. I will show you one example. See this one example. Divide 100 in the ratio 2:3. Divide 100 in a ratio 2:3. Very easy. So how you will find that the first part? So first part is 100 upon sum of the ratio 2 plus 3, and the ratio of a first part is 2. So 100 upon 2 plus 3, 5 multiplied by 2. So 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10. You will get this 20 is multiplied by 2. You will get this 40. First part is 40. Then you will find the second part by subtracting this first part from the total. You will get the second part also. This is the alternate method. And then by using this concept, second part, if you want, you can find the second part by subtracting 40 from the first part from the total. You will get the second part. But you will use your method. Second part is equal to 100 upon sum of the ratios 2 plus 3 and multiply by the ratio of a second part, that is 3. So 100 upon 5 multiply by 3. 5 ones are 5, 2. So 20 is multiplied by 3. What you will get this, students? You will get the 60. So when an individual is divided into a two parts in any ratio, it is very easy to find that the value of the two parts by using total amount upon sum of the ratio multiply by the ratio of a first part, and then total value upon sum of the ratios multiply by the value of a second part. Second one is dividing into three parts. Dividing into three parts. This is the two parts, and then after I am going to discuss that dividing into three parts. Okay. Suppose I have a quantity x which I am going to divide it into a three parts as a ratio a, ratio b, ratio c. Here I have a value x, I have a quantity x, I have a number x. I am going to divide it into a three parts as a ratio of a, ratio b, ratio c. This is the first part, this one is the second, and this one is the third part. So how you will find the value of a first part? The value of first part, a quantity of a first part is equal to total amount upon sum of the ratios multiply by the ratio of a first part, and that is a. Same as it is the value of a second part x upon a plus b plus c multiply by the ratio of a second part, that is b. Now the third part is x upon sum of the ratios multiply by the ratio of a second part. So by this way you can divide a single quantity into three parts as a ratio A, ratio B, ratio C, and by this way you will find the value of a first part x total value upon sum of the ratios multiply the ratio of a first part, same as it is total value upon sum of the ratio multiply by the value of a second part. I will show you with one example. Okay, see this one, students. Here I have taken 240 rupees 240. I'm going to divide it into a ratio of 1 ratio 2 ratio 3. Okay, I have a amount 240. I'm going to divide it in three people, A, B, C, A, B and C. Three person A, B and C in form of a ratio 1 ratio 2 ratio 3. So what is the value of A? What the value of A? Okay, the quantity got by A, our money got by A. The value of A, what you will do, the total amount and plus sum of the ratios 1 plus 2 plus 3 and multiply by the ratio of A, and that is 1. Okay, 240 upon 2 plus 3 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3, 3, 2, 5, 1, 6 upon multiply by 1. If it is cancel out, you will cancel this one. 6 1 is 6, 6 4 is 24. So you will get this 40. Means the value of A is 40. Now the value of B, the value of B is equal to 240 upon 1 plus 2 plus 3 and the ratio of B is 2. So 240 upon 6 multiply by 2. 6 1 is 6 and 6 4 is 24. So 40 is multiplied by 2. You will get this 80. So the value of B is 80 rupees. Now the value of C. The value of C, students. Here I will show you this one. The value of C. The value of C is equal to 240 1 plus 2 plus 3 multiply by the ratio of C is 3. Okay, so students, in this case 240 2 plus 3 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 6 upon 3, and if it is cancel out, you will cancel this one 40 and 40 is multiplied by 3. You will get this 120. So this is the three parts A, B, C. I have divided in form of a ratio 1 is to 2 is to 3. Then you will get that the value of A is 40, the value of B is 80 and the value of C is 120. If you add it, if you get it 240, then your answer is correct. So by checking, you will add this one 40 plus 80 plus 120. If you add this one, you will get this 240. It means that you have found it a correct answer. Okay. So when divided into two parts, when divided into three parts, you will use this concept and find that your solution. Now I am going to start to solve your question, students. I have done that first and second. Students, I have done that first and second question from your exercise first A. Now I am going to start that question number 3. Okay, third one. I am going to start that your question number 3rd. Okay, exercise first A. Okay, your exercise first A. Okay, question number 3rd. A man earns 90,000 a year and expends 75,600 a year. It's this amount he has expended to his uses. Okay, and find the ratio of, first one is his income to his expenditure, means this quantity he expend and his income is 90,000 per year. Second one is his saving to his income. So the quantity, whatever the quantity is given, first you write that one. The income income of a man, income of a man is equal to rupees 90,000 per year or yearly. Okay, per year. This is the total income of a man. Money spent by a man is equal to 75,600. Okay, so if he spent this amount of money, then how much is saving? Okay, how much is saving? So find that the money saved by him, or money saved by him. Okay, money saved by him, total amount is 90,000 minus the money spent by him. Okay, so subtract this one. 0 0 4 9 minus 5 4 and 8 minus 7 1, means that 14,400 money was saved by this man. Okay, so first question is his income to his expenditure. The ratio means first one is to find the ratio of his income to his ratio of his income to his expenditure. Expenditure means the money spent by man. Expenditure. Very easy, students. Income is 90,000, ratio expenditure is 75,600. Write in form of a fraction. 90,000 upon 75,600. 20 is cancelled out by this 20. You will get this 900 upon 756. And if it is cancelled out by any number, you will cancel this one. I think it is cancelled out by 4. 4 2s are 8. Okay. 4 2s are 8. 1 remaining. So 4 2s are 8 again, and 4 5s are 20. Okay. And then again it is cancelled out by 4. Denominator is also cancelled out by 4. 4 1s are 4. There is 3. 4 8 is 32. There is 3. 4 9s are 36. Okay, I think again it is cancelled out by 3. Okay, it is cancelled out by 3. Here I will write this one. 225 upon 189. It is cancelled out by 3. 3 7s are 21. 3 5s are 15. And 3 6s are 18. And 3 3s are 9. 75 upon 63. And I think it is cancelled out by 3. 3 1s are 3. 3 2s are 6. Okay, 3 2s are 6 and 3 5s are 15. 3 2s are 6. 3 1s are 3. So you will get this 25 upon 21, students. So again it is not cancelled out by any same number. So your answer is 25. Ratio 21 is the ratio of his income to his expenditure. Ratio of his income to his expenditure is 25 ratio 21. It means that this is money earned by him, and this 21 is the ratio that is expended by him. Okay, so is the ratio of income to his expenditure. 25 ratio 21. If you want, you can directly cut by taking the SCF of both the quantities, and by that SCF you will divide both the quantity. You will get this 25 ratio 21. Now that second one is his saving to his income. Okay, after that his saving to his income, students. Second point. After that I'm going to discuss that second point. Here I have a space, so here I'm going to do that. Second one is his saving to his income. Okay, his savings means that money saved by him, his savings to his income. Very easy. His saving is 14,400 ratio 90,000. Okay, students, very easy. Now see this one, 14,400 ratio 90,000 means he is saving to his income. So 14,400 upon 90,000. See this one, students, there is 20 in one sentence place, same as it is in one sentence place. Remove these zeros and then 144 upon 900. Okay, so I think it is cancelled out by 3, or as well as it is cancelled out by 4. Okay, so cancel with 4. 4 3s are 12. Okay, 2 is remaining. 4 6 are 24. Okay, this is also cancelled out by 4 2s are 8. 4 2s are 8. 4 5s are 20. Okay, again it is cancelled out by 3. I think it is cancelled out by 3. Okay, I'm going to cancel, or it is cancelled out by 3. Okay, 3 1s are 3, 3 2s are 6, 3 7s are 21, and 3 5s are 15. Again it is cancelled out by 3. 3 4s are 12, and 3 2s are 6, and 3 5s are 15. So in this case you will get this 4 upon 25. 4 upon 25 ratio 4 ratio 25, students. 4 ratio 25. So see, this answer is 4 ratio 25. His income to his, his saving to his income, 4 ratio 25 is the ratio of his saving to his income. Okay, so very easy if you read the question properly and find the thing what is asking in your question. So it is very easy to find that the solution of your given questions. Okay, so 4 ratio 25 for this one. Now question number 4. Question number 4th one. 2 new cars were valued at 3,96,000 and 5,96,000 respectively. After 6 months, the market value of each car fell by 96,000. So first one is find the ratio of their values in the beginning, and second one is 6 months later. So in the beginning, their prices are their value were 3,96,000 and 5,96,000. Okay, so start that. See this in your solution, students, for first one. In the beginning, the value of first car is equal to rupees 3,96,000. Okay, students, the value of second car, is equal to rupees 5,96,000. So find the ratio. So the ratio is equal to 3,96,000 ratio 5,96,000. Okay, so write in form of a ratio. In the beginning, their ratio, I'm going to convert it in form of a fraction. So 3,96,000 upon 5,96,000. So 0, you will cancel out with this 0. You will get this 396 upon 596. and then after, if it is cancelled out by any same number, you will cancel this one. I think it is cancelled out by 4. 4 9s are 36. 3 4 9s are 36 students. 4 1s are 4. 4 4s are 16, and 4 9s are 36 students. So you will get this 99 upon 149. I think it is not cancelled out by any other number. So this is 99 upon 149, and you will write in form of a ratio 99 ratio 149. This is your answer for this case. In the beginning, the ratio of the first car to the second car is 99 ratio 149. Now at the after 6 months, after second one is what is the ratio after 6 months? 6 months. 6 months later means that their prices should be reduced. No, 96,000 after 6 months. The market value of each fell by 96,000. So first you will find the reduced value of first car. Reduce value of first car. 3,96,000 minus 96,000. Okay, so if you subtract this one, you will get this 3 lakh. 1 tens 100, 1,000 10,000 lakh. 3 lakh students. This is the reduced value of first car after 6 months. Now second one is reduced value of second car is equal to 5,96,000 minus 96,000. So you will get this 5 lakh. Okay. Now the ratio. Now ratio of the two cars after 6 months. 3 lakh ratio 5 lakh, and then after you will write in form of a fraction upon 5 lakh. You will cancel this 0. So what you will get it 3 upon 5 are in form of a 3 ratio 5. This one is your answer for this case students. 3 ratio 5. So it is very easy. After 6 months, the market value of each fell by 96,000. So you will subtract this 96,000 from first car and 96,000 from the second car, and then after you will find the ratio of these two cars. So here is the first, second, third, fourth, fifth term is the same. So cancel this one, and you will get this 3 ratio 5 after the reduce prices. 3 ratio 5. This is the answer for first and second one. And question number 5. Hello students, I have done the 2 questions today. So in next video I will discuss the remaining question of your exercise, and in your home you also try to solve that questions. Okay, and some question is based on that your points. Okay, and in next video I will discuss the 2 important point. That one is a continued ratio. Very important, very important. Continued ratio or continuing ratio, and second one is a multiplying ratio. There is 2 important points related to the ratio, and then after I will start your exercise. Okay students, and please see the video carefully, and if any doubts, please ask your doubt in your campus care. Okay, thank you students.